Hello and welcome to Goa News Now. Well, friends, you must be wondering where I am sitting today. It looks like a some stadium kind of atmosphere, where the players are sitting, nice shade. You can see how beautiful we have shade. All ventilation all around, from up, down, everywhere. Well, we are at Bhute Bhat Ground. This is sports at SIG's ground. Basically, it was a multi-purpose hall, you can say, for sports facility. But sportsaचे नावार म्हाका दिसना काय कितें उरला हांगा. Yeah, one thing happens nicely here is the election counting. हेजे भायर कांयच जायना म्हाका तें इतलें उगड आसा. And that is what is this ground is famous for. Uneven field, no water passage for this area I'm talking about. They don't have a good proper facility where the water can drain up, so there is no proper drainage, and this field is so uneven that it is very risky to even play. Now this is the outside. I won't go into deep into it, but I have come for this purpose. See, this ground was inaugurated in the year 2004. तेजे उपरांत म्हाका दिसता ₹1 कोणी खर्च केलो जाल्यार म्हाका तरी उगडास ना. आनी केला जाल्यार फॅसिलिटी कितें आहा ते हांगाचे स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन आहा पळय तेंचेच कडेन उलोवन दाखयता तुमकां. बट यू सी दिस इज दी हॉल. This is that hall which does not have any kind of a ventilation. अर्दे वर जर हांगा कोण स्पोर्ट्समॅन खेळटा जाल्यार he will not only sweat but he will have so much of problem that the person will leave playing. And this is the situation prevailing here since last many years. हांगाचे जे लोक आसा पळय sports person who come here to enjoy the facility, ironically they are spending their own money to maintain these premises. Khubshe ha problems. We'll start one by one. We have one of the sports person here, Dr. Nikhil. Just in brief, what can you tell me what exactly is the issue here?
So the main issue right now is that the roof is damaged. You can see that, you can see the sunlight from there. So during the monsoons, which is hardly 2 weeks away, the water will seep through directly. You can show that, you can focus on that.
Yeah, we'll show.
This is point number 1. So the roof leakage has to be repaired. That is point number 1. The second thing, you can see how poor the lighting is. 6-8 months back when we all applied and they got some lights, but it's not rectified completely. And you can also see right now that the water is leaking right now also. That is from the water supply, not from the monsoons, the water supply. That is going into the electricity line. You can see that.
Yeah.
So that could lead to an accident. You have to be careful about that.
Okay.
You can see that there's a short circuit last year also. You can see the black patch there.
I'll show that, yeah.
So these are the two main points which we are looking at. And
now generally when we talk about this kind of sports facility, do you think people are using it? There are users?
no, there are users. But I think if we improve the facility, it is going to encourage more people to use it.
So now this facility discourages them more rather than encouraging.
Correct. Absolutely right.
Now this is what exactly I was here to show you all. This is one of the area of concern. You can see it is still leaking, and this is leaking through that some tanks on the top. Now this is the court area. Always it becomes wet. And this is the reason, one of the reason. Second reason, you can see on top, the roof is already broken from this side, that side. I think the whole, facility is having some or the other problem. Basically, now I am feeling breathiness because there is, less ventilation here. So this is what the sportsmen here are having complaints. But nevertheless, there is nobody to listen, so they have to do it by their own. You were supposed to say something.
So in 2007 and 2008, there was an original Yonex court here. It was a green color sheet on top of this existing court, which was taken out, I don't know when, and nobody knows what happened to that court. On top of
missing?
No, I'm not sure it's missing. It was taken away for some other, probably some other facility. I'm not sure exactly.
You people, since you people are user, you people were not informed.
No, I have no idea. I was not there that time here, so I'm not sure.
Okay. So.
But anyways, right now our Honorable MLA Shri Daji Salkar has personally taken interest, and our Dynamic Sports Minister is also expected to visit here. आमकां पूर्णपणे खात्री आसा की दाजी साळकरच कितें तरी करूं शकता हाच्या बद्दल.
जावपाकूय जाय अशें एक आमची मागणी आसा बिकॉज दीज आर दी फॅसिलिटी दॅट इज नॉट केटरिंग टू वन ऑर टू. देर आर लॉट मेनी स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन हेयर हू हॅव बीन युजींग बट जे दूख दिसता पळोवन यू कॅन सी दीस. These are the facility in which we have been using. पळोवंक शकता कशें पद्दतीन तुमी things have been kept. So basically overall if you see, this is one of the area of concern. Leakage. That leakage, how I don't know how these people are been playing here. There was a opening, that opening is best for pigeons because they come inside, they use this area and they do shit and all these things here on this court. आणि मागीर हे स्पोर्ट्स पर्सनाक त्रास जाता. आनी हे खुबशे टायम अशेंच न्ही, आनी एक स्पोर्ट्स फॅसिलिटी आसा आमचे वास्कोन, थंय इट इज चिकालेम एसएजी. आय थिंक एसएजी समहाव इज मिसींग इट्स ट्रॅक. मेंटेन केल्ले जाल्यार की खुबशे फॅसिलिटी जावंक शकताले, पण मेंटेनन्सच सोडून दी. आतां कोण सांगताले की हांगा एक टेबल टेनिसाचो कोर्ट आहलेले, दॅट इज ऑल्सो मिसींग. आय थिंक यू सेड टू मी वॉट वॉज दॅट इशू?
We had table tennis tables also here, and we used to children used to come from different schools to play and have prepare for their tournaments.
Okay.
But suddenly, the tables have disappeared, and I don't know where they're gone.
एक म्हाका क्वेश्चन विचारपाक जाय. देर इज एनी मेंटेनन्स कमिटी हेयर?
I don't think.
No. Any committee?
Not that we are aware of.
No,
There isn't anybody. In fact, just to highlight upon what Dr. Parlikar was talking about, lack of complete maintenance. All the issues that you see, the only reason is complete lack of maintenance from the authorities. And for that reason, we players have to actually pull in money and maintain this ourselves to the extent possible.
Own money?
Absolutely. We are putting money from our pockets. Even come please, the entire, see, the larger issue is every other district today, the larger issue is every other place today, whether it's Panjim, Fatoda, Naveli, Fonda, everywhere you see large multi-purpose stadiums available. There is infrastructure laid down and it's very good. It was a very good initiative by the government. Over the years, these infrastructures have been put up. But why not Marmoga? Why don't we have a single multi-purpose stadium here?
Step-motherly treatment.
I don't know what the reason is, but the point is, one, we don't have that necessary multi-purpose infrastructure over here, which is absolutely needed if you want to, encourage sports persons over here. Number two, whatever little infrastructure is there is age old, with absolutely total disregard for any maintenance. Even umpteen requests and approaches to the authorities to help us maintain this goes completely unheard. You can check with the authorities how many applications have gone from our end, from Chikalim Badminton Club as well, for the Chikalim Sports Center. Come and look at the facilities over there. It is worse than what you see here. This is Bhute Bhat. We have Chikalim court also.
I know. Just for figures, okay, we'll talk in figures. Sure. How many years it have, you people have been complaining? Around, approximately.
Ever since I've been involved, almost 6 years now.
6 years?
6 good years where multiple letters have gone. I have requested them. I have pleaded personally going over there. We representatives of the badminton fraternity, all of us have gone to the authorities as well, multiple occasions. Each time it's only a promise which is given, which is never fulfilled. Never.
So this is what I was wanting to highlight, fake promises. And these fake promises, I don't know how far, that would continue. You were saying something.
There are about 17 schools all over Vasco.
Yeah.
And they'd be using this ground, the outside. Now everybody's speaking about the indoor complex. I am speaking about the outside. We don't, now in the month of June, July, when the monsoon starts, we don't have a gutter where the water is going to be, it's, waterlogging, because earlier we had fields here.
Correct.
And it becomes marshy. Children cannot play and play football or whatever. And the children do not have any ground in Vasco.
If you look at one of my stories, that is the reason I did that SAG's Tilak Maidan story, because that ground was actually meant for locals. Slowly it was pushed towards corporate, and now somebody else, nobody has access, and this is the situation. And what Praveen said is true, that these kind of facilities are ill maintained and they are least bothered. So this is what we have been facing, especially Please, note down. It is specially this special treatment is for Murmugaon cars only.
And as another point of what I want to like to be, instead of repairing this structure, it will be, no, even maintenance is not going to help. Make a proper planning for the Bhute Bhat Ground, have the different games. Like, see, we have talents in students here. And my husband being a PT sir, a physical education teacher, he was proposing, he said, why don't we have boxing coaches who want to coach students in Vasco, in all the schools, but we don't have a hall to have the boxing coaching.
Pretty bad.
And I'm very happy that today our sports minister and our honorable MLA, Shri Daji Salkar, is visiting the site and will put on some light. And I hope they execute a beautiful stadium,
So
having all the facilities.
there is a hope. Finger crossed. Because I don't think, anywhere when I visit, this hope always turns as a false and fake promises. What is the situation when you look at this kind of facility? Anybody is really bothered about such kind of facility? When you look at these facilities.
What we are bothered about is our health.
No, I'm talking about the political side.
No, I don't want to comment on that. What we want to see is we are bothered about our health. We have no alternate but to use whatever little means is available for us. Now we have to explore our means to the best so that for us and our generation who are interested in playing, we can encourage them to come to play. By overlooking all these things, nothing will work out. And with you people's support, we can get some changes here. Whatever facility we are looking for, we can demand for it and we can get it here. And now there is the role of the politicians to come and help us out. We are going to put our grievances to them and we request them to take it up.
No, I understand your grievances are very rightly placed even before, as Mr. Praveen said, but 6 years is not a small time, so it has been continuing. Now we have a hope. We have got a dynamic MLA. Really, I have been witnessing him. He is going to all across areas of concern and he is trying to address. I also hope that things will change. But the situation is across Murmugaon Taluka, sports facilities have been neglected in such an extent that you can check with my YouTube scroll. My stories are always pointing out those kind of discrepancies where people people come and make the promises but nothing happens at the last. Now these people have a small request to at least get this minimum facility which is available maintained. I don't know whether it will happen or not, but since the sports minister Govind Gaude is shortly awaited here, he will be inspecting. I also hope that there will be some sort of changes, but it is also a matter of fact that the administration, especially the Sports Authority of Goa, have neglected this kind of facility, have let this facility to use as a election offices more and less than less for the sports infrastructure facility. It is high time when we talk about giving encouragement to budding sports person, then it is high time that we need to push such facility in a good and better manner. Is it right, Dr.?
Right, Naveen. Right. Naveen, one more point. Most of our members who play here and at Chikalim, they are all in their 40s, 50s and 60s. You'll be surprised seeing at some badminton players who are 65 who also, they are faster than anybody who was in the 20s also.
Okay.
But problem किती जाता? Because of lack of maintenance, एक भय असता की ते पडटले म्हणून. Because leakage असता, lighting बरोबर ना. ते एकदा पडले की मागीर तांचो कॉन्फिडन्स वता खेळपाचो. So ते खेळपाचेच बंद जातात. That is the main problem.
Kindly take a note that I was talking about youths. Now even elderlies are using the facility.
They are more active.
They are more active. So that is more important that when you have elderlies also taking keen interest in such
Youth
facilities.
फक्त मोबायलार असतात आमकां खबर आहा तें. So we need to bring them back to the playground. That is what we need to do.
And how? By
We need to have coaches. We need to have develop interest. We need to have tournaments. We need to go back to the grassroots.
Infrastructure. And get good infrastructure in place. See, in the end, the whole idea is not to just engage the veterans for their evening time pass. That's not the idea at all. We all come there for our fitness levels as well. But the future for our Mormuga or for our Goa is the youngsters. It is very important that we give them the right platform, the right
champion
infrastructure.
might be here, you never know.
Exactly. Our Olympics, next Olympics, or the year or the one after that, we can
champion
have
may be
somebody
from our area.
coming from Mormuga itself. Why not? But please give them the platform. let's have the infrastructure for them to participate and play. Let's encourage them. And we are willing to put in our efforts together, but authorities have to hold our hands.
And you know what? I wanted to make a mention here that these people have been using their own funds. So can you imagine the kind of interest they have, in such facility? So this shows that they want to come forward. They want to encourage others, and they want a good facility. So it is now up to the minister concerned to kindly look into this aspect and get this facility sorted out as soon as possible. Otherwise, it should not be a promise and assurance which rolls around after another year. Again, after one more.
We are very hopeful. The current sports minister is very dynamic, very energetic, very positive. I have had a couple of interactions with him with regard to the Khelo India programs also. I have great expectations from him, and I really hope that he will be able to help us sort these problems as well.
I think this is the first time a sports minister is visiting this complex, if I'm not wrong.
After 2004.
This complex.
So 18 years, after 18 years, sports minister first time visiting.
That is also because of the efforts of Daji Salkar, because he has personally taken interest in this. So
Yeah,
we have to appreciate that also.
Well, I really want to appreciate one thing, that wherever now, what I have been witnessing as a journalist, that whenever we highlight issues, he's the person who really takes note of it. So that's very important. Once a person or a politician takes note of it, he tries to do something. Only the issue is there are too many works, very less time. So this is also one thing. I'm not commenting on his behalf, but I know one thing, that he is 2 months only, he is old as MLA, and too many works to do in Vasco, especially increasing the sports infrastructure facility which is in doldrum. So that needs to be uplifted on war footing. That is the message which we all, I as a journalist and the citizens have been requesting to the authorities concerned with this message. I again request to make sure that this facility gets a facelift in short period of time, not as a promise. Thank you very much. Keep watching Goa News Now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.